Hello, everybody. Welcome back again to my amazing space on the internet. It's your girl Cynthia, and guys, we're back again with another reaction video. All right, beautiful people. In today's video, I'm going to be looking at 10 things that will shock you about Poland. I guess I'm not tired of being shocked about some certain facts I'm learning about Poland, guys. Okay, all right, beautiful people, without further ado, let us get right into this video.
Hey there, fellow travelers. Mark here with Walter's World, and today we're in the main square here in Krakow, Poland. Beautiful city, definitely worth checking out. And today what we have for you are the 10 things that shock tourists when they come here to Poland. And the first thing that shocks people when they come to Poland is
Polish
the Polish
face?
face, the Polish look.
Face?
When you come here, you'll notice that people walk around like this, just there's no emotion. It's not happy, it's not sad, it's just
it's
neutral.
not happy, it's not sad, it's just
And it's funny because you see it anywhere. Within the train station, you're going out to eat, you're going to the stores, you're going all over the place. They just have the same look. And you're like, wait a minute, can't you be happy or sad or something? No, they have this like dead-on look, which works really well because you'll see the women here are gorgeous, okay? And when you see them walk, you're like, oh, they're just preparing for their supermodel career. Because when you're on the catwalk, you don't show any emotion. So they actually works really well. But it is kind of funny how the people, you do have this look, and that's the first thing that shocks people. Also, kind of going along with the people, you might be shocked that, look, the Poles are not like the jokes you heard as a kid. They're not dumb, they're not alcoholics, stuff like that. You don't have that. I mean, yes, there are, but that's everywhere. It's not more or less than you get in other countries. So that also kind of shocks the people when they come here, because I'm used to all those Polish jokes where, what is it, 4 Polish people, and how do they, move the bed or something? You don't have that here. The second thing that'll shock you when you come here also deals with the Polish people are how Catholic and how religious the people are. I mean, I remember going on the buses in Lublin, and these like punk rock guys are in there, and they go by a church and they all do the sign of the cross. I'm like, whoa, I didn't expect that. People here in Poland are very religious, and the churches, this is St. Mary's. Honestly, the first time I walked in there 20 years ago, I would just jaw drop. Wow, the blue altar and the blue ceiling and everything. It's just amazing. And the churches around the country are gorgeous, and they're actually building more churches here. Other countries, they're turning churches into apartments and hotels and bars. Here, people still go to church, they still do believe, and you do have a very religious, conservative feel when the people are here, which is kind of a different thing. And when you go in the churches, that's the real thing about it. You really see the beauty of the churches, the ones that haven't been destroyed during the war, that maybe they've been rebuilt, but like here and other ones, you really go in and just see the majestic beauty of the churches here. So do take the chance to go into the churches. Don't just go, oh, it's another church. Go in and check it out.
I love the fact that they still go to church and are very much religious. Explains why Pope John Paul II is from Poland. I recently found out, guys. Don't say it loud. But yes, this is a good one for me. But then keeping a straight face, you wouldn't know if this person is happy or sad, but I guess it just keeps you on your own and then leave me on my own kind of vibe. But yes, guys, let's get right into the video.
And that kind of leads into the third thing that'll shock you when you come to Poland, is how much Poland was destroyed during the Second World War. I mean, Krakow was lucky. It didn't really get destroyed during the war, but a lot of the other cities were just leveled. For example, Warsaw. When you go there, you'll go see the Uprising Museum and realize that everything old in Krakow is actually younger than probably your dad, because they had to rebuild it all after the war because it got leveled by the Nazis. And you'll see that, and you go around, that's why you'll see the communist architecture and the big square, long, rectangle buildings and stuff like that, because there was nothing there. It was all destroyed, so they had to rebuild. And when you really see the level of destruction throughout the country and how much they've come back and built new stuff, you'll be very proud of the people, and that's what's really cool about it. Now, the fourth thing that's going to shock you when you come to Poland is how completely incomprehensible and illegible the Polish language is. Look, if you don't speak Polish, it's okay. The locals know you don't speak Polish. They'll start trying to speak Polish with you, but Polish is just one of those languages. You're listening at the train station, you're like, yeah, I got nothing. Ooh. Yeah, I don't even know what city I'm going to. It is a very tough language, and it's very hard to pronounce. Like, how do you say PRZ in a row? And there's like a hat, and there's an L with a line through it. Is that a T or a what? What is that? you do
What
get
is
pretty
that?
confused when you are here, and it is kind of shocking that you can't even make out some of the stuff. Now, they are developing better for tourism, so you will have a lot of, English menus and stuff like that, but it is a really
Okay,
good idea to know
nice.
some Polish before you come, like dziękuję, which is like thank you, prosim is please, things like that, because it really gets those people to go from, you say, dwa piwa prosim, oh, you speak Polish. And they really open up then, okay?
nice.
The fifth thing that might shock you is your eating experience here. The Poles really love their potatoes and their cabbage. And even if it's not on the menu,
I
like
think
it might
I'll
say,
do
oh, it's
well
a cutlet.
there.
Nice. It'll come with cabbage and potatoes. And you're like, oh, I'll have the pork knuckle instead. Oh, it comes with pork and cabbage. Well, then I'll just have the rolls. Oh, it's a cabbage roll. Okay.
Cabbage.
Look, you're gonna have a lot of cabbage. You're gonna have a lot of potatoes when you are here, and there are some pretty good foods like the pierogi. You gotta have that when you're here. I've actually liked the meats when I was here too, and they do a good job with the potatoes, but it's all the time with the with the cabbage and the
Just
potatoes
get dessert.
again and again and again. That's why yesterday I just
yeah,
got
but
the
it looks
cabbage
yummy
rolls.
though.
Because then I know I'm getting the cabbage, haha, and it came with a side of mashed potatoes, and I just laughed and laughed and laughed. Okay.
this
Also,
is really
kind of interesting
yummy.
is they really love their tea here too. Now, the sixth thing that might shock you as a tourist is, you notice there's not very many tourists. Now, in Krakow, you do get about 10 million tourists a year. I mean, this is a very popular
Okay.
place because it's gorgeous, and I'll talk about that towards the end. But honestly, there's not a lot of tourists that actually come to Poland, and so when you go around, you really are kind of a special tourist because you're actually here. You might get people going, why are you in Lublin? Why are you in Łódź? Why are you here? Some
Why
places
are
like
you
Krakow,
here?
it's
Why are you
obvious,
here?
but you go around and there's just so few tourists out there that you're like, hey, I can kick back, relax, and do okay. And what kind of leads on to that is our next shock is how cheap it is here. Because there's not a lot of tourists driving up the prices. It's nice because you can have a very
Yeah,
affordable
that's
vacation here in Poland. Rooms,
That's
accommodation,
true.
food, drink, making merry, all kinds of stuff. And you'll see a lot of people come to like Krakow or Warsaw to come have a party weekend and stuff like that. Because you really
Yeah,
can. Your
good
money goes a
point.
lot farther here than other places. And that's what's really cool. Now, the next thing that's going to shock you when you are here is the amount of natural beauty and space in Poland. Look, this is a huge country. It's one of the biggest countries in Europe. And the thing is, you're going to be going between these different towns, whether it's on a bus or a train, things like that. Not super fast trains, but fast enough trains. And you're going around, and it's just amazing how big the country is, but also the natural beauty you see when you go through there. And what's nice is when you go through, and you can go, if you're in the north, you're going to Gdansk. And well, that's one of my favorite. Krakow and Gdansk are my two favorites. You're up in Gdansk, you come down a bit, you can go over to the Masurian Lakes and see the castle that's right by there, the Malbork Castle, which is on the way towards there. Go to the lakes and enjoy that. Go to the coast in the north. In the south, you've got the Tatras Mountains, and you go to Zakopane to stay there. Tons of Europeans go there to ski in the winter because, yes, it's beautiful and it's cheap. Remember what I said before? But you have this
Super
natural
cheap.
beauty, like, wow, this really is. I understand why they have all their tourism propaganda is about, the natural beauty of Poland, because it really is beautiful. Having said that, the next thing that'll shock you is how amazing the town squares are here in Poland. Yes, here in Krakow,
Krakow.
you've got the Cloth Hall over here to check out. You've got the St. Mary's Church over there. You've got all these things. Sorry. You've got all these things to go and see, and this is actually the largest town square in Europe, and it's amazing. But it's not just here. You go to Warsaw to see their old town square they really built from scratch. Wrocław, go see the old town in Lublin. Oh man, Gdansk, the port city of Gdansk, man. You just walk around there, see the Neptune statue. You're like, man, this is so cool. And you have all these beautiful squares, and you have all these beautiful buildings that have been rebuilt after the war, or maybe they're still there from before the war. You have that beauty that not a lot of people think of, because when they think of Poland, you're thinking of, it's farmland and stuff like that. And look, there are some just amazing places here in Poland, so it's definitely worth checking out. And the 10th thing that might shock you when you do come to Poland is the lack of service. So remember that Polish face. This is your service.
Really?
It's not the most attentive. It's not the most friendly. You'll get your food. It'll just take some time. But just know, Poland isn't necessarily the most service-oriented economy out there, so you need to have some patience when you are coming here. And probably that's the only thing that shocks you kind of in a bad way, is really the service here isn't the best, but it's getting better. I used to come here a lot in the early 2000s for work, and compared to 2017 versus 2007 or 2002, Man, it's completely different. Anyway, I hope that helped you know a few things that might shock you before you come to Poland. It is a great country to visit because you're one of the few tourists coming here to see some of these beautiful cities like Krakow.
Wow, that was actually interesting to just go through the 10 things that will shock you once you come to Poland. Okay, so I did find a couple interesting, like the beautiful space you'd see when you come to Poland. Um, the food, yes, the potatoes and cabbage. Well, I will do very well there because potato, my best. Like, if you ask me, Cynthia, what's the best food? It's gonna be mashed potatoes. Like anything that comes with mashed potatoes. So I feel like I'm going to do well with the food. And he did mention tea. I do love drinking tea. So I think I'll do very well there as well. He also mentioned how Catholic and religious they are. You hardly see countries that are more Catholic oriented, you know. So when you see this, you're so happy. I feel like I'm going to adapt well in Poland. I mean, aside from their language, which I don't think I can learn anytime soon, but I'm not sure. Never say never. I might just shock you all and be speaking Polish fluently. Yeah. Now, another thing that touched me in the course of this video was the third thing he mentioned about Poland, where how much of Poland was destroyed during World War II. Um, must be really hard, must have been really hard rather, you know, for them to just build from scratch, start all over again, and get to where they are. If you ask me, I'm super proud of present Poland because they really worked hard to get to where they are right now. Because it's not easy starting from scratch in anything you're doing. It's really not easy. So I do believe that I worked really hard. This video was actually very interesting. I learned a lot. I was able to see Poland from yet another different light. And yes, guys, let me know what you think about this video in the comments. And yes, beautiful people, I've come to the end of the video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, do not forget to give the video a fast thumbs up. And if you are not subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing. And also, guys, don't forget to click the bell just beside the subscribe button, so anytime I upload a video like this one, you definitely be the first to know. Okay, all right, guys, with that being said, I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.